Broncos country, what's going on? Hope y'all are pumped about this game we got tomorrow. And the more I look into this Jaguars team, the more I feel that this is the Broncos' toughest test for the rest of the season. Now, hey, that might be a little easy to say with Kansas City kind of waving the white flag on the year, but nothing's easy for us on Thursday nights. And then you got the Chargers as well. But yeah, this Jacksonville Jaguars team, they're red hot. Trevor Lawrence is playing some of the best football, probably honestly the best football of his career, some of the best football in the NFL, along with Bo Nix, man. So you have a clash of two very similar teams right now. I think with the output, they have some fantastic players on defense, and right now this is going to be a matchup that I think I predicted earlier this week, a 30-20 victory for the Broncos. It might be a little bit, smaller of a margin of victory. I'm still picking the Broncos to win, but y'all be sure to get in here. Let me know your keys to the victory, your thoughts on things in the comments. And of course, shout out to Kalshi. They are the sponsor of David Talks Broncos and David Talks Buffs. But use the promo code DTB. Get yourself a nice little $10 bonus. Once you deposit 10, you can play and predict on anything. But right now, right before this, I threw $4.67 over on the Broncos to take care of business with a win against the Jaguars. Shout out to them. And you can join me on Kalshi. Link is in the description. But let's go ahead and get into, some of the real fun stuff that I noticed here, getting into this preview and this matchup, and that is like the quarterback play. And I think that like Bo Nix and Trevor Lawrence are sneakily having, like top 10 years right now in the NFL at the quarterback position. And if you guys look at this, their numbers are so similar. There are some things, which is great though, that we see Bo Nix doing a little bit better at. But look at the yards right here, 32 56 for Bo Nix and 32-10 for Trevor Lawrence. So they're only separated by 46 yards. They both have 23 touchdowns. Bo Nix has 9 interceptions to Trevor Lawrence's 11. And what could be a big difference in the game is Trevor Lawrence's ability or inability to take sacks, along with the offensive lines. Bo Nix has taken half the sacks that Trevor Lawrence has taken. Bo Nix 16, Trevor Lawrence 32. And then I forgot to point this out. Bo Nix's completion percentage, it was kind of around 60% for that first third of the year or whatever. He has been on fire lately, and it has risen up to 63.5. I would love if we could see him have 65% completion on the year, but that might be a little too much. But you see, there's other quarterbacks here, such as Caleb Williams, that are right behind him. Patrick Mahomes was the entire Kansas City offense. He was on pace to throw well for over 4,000 yards. But right now, Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence, these quarterbacks have been playing very, very well. And when you look at Trevor Lawrence too, his game log, you can see, man, he is on a nice string of success. Right now, the Jacksonville Jaguars have won the last 5 games that they've played. They've won their last 6 out of 7 with just a 7-point loss to Houston. Now, okay, you could say overtime victories against bad teams. Guys, this is what people were saying about us last year. And this is kind of also why maybe I'm a hypocrite, but I totally don't I don't completely respect the Jags just because, they're the Jags. They've also kind of had some tough opponents, but they've done what good teams do against inferior opponents, and that is beat them. And they've honestly had some victories in which they're beating teams significantly. When you look at the Chargers, they absolutely decimated them at home, 35-6. Cardinals, they won that game. That was crazy. Tennessee, 25-3. Indianapolis, 36-19. New York Jets, 48-20. So they've played in some close games against some like bad teams like Vegas and Arizona recently. And yeah, they even had that wild victory against Kansas City earlier in the year, which was like the weirdest last like 2-minute drive from Trevor Lawrence to set up a game-winning score. That was insane. But I don't know if the Jaguars are necessarily as battle-tested as the Broncos. I don't think so. When you look at the teams that we've beat and in the fashion that we've done it, we've won a lot of close games. I don't see that as a negative thing. Now, in college football, maybe you could say, all right, there's some reason for concern when teams just are always losing close games and then going to the college football playoff or winning close games. But this is not college football. This is the NFL. You need to have gotten punched and learn how to counter. And the Broncos have learned how to do that. One thing I'm looking going into this game is how does Jacksonville handle getting punched from the Denver Broncos, man? Because our Broncos, being at home, especially where we're undefeated, we're going to be punching the Jags right in the face, and we're going to have a counter punch ready for them every single time. Now, on defense, let me get to this. Their defense is also a little underrated, and they have one of the best defensive players in the league. That is Devin Lloyd. This man is second in the NFL right now in interceptions. He had a nice interception last week as well, if I remember correctly. He's going to be somebody to watch for on this Denver team, man, or on this Jaguars team. Bo Nix, do not throw it to Devin Lloyd. Was he the guy who had the pick six on Mahomes for the 99 yards? This guy, he could win Defensive Player of the Year. He's not, but he could be in contention for it because we know it's going to be Myles Garrett, right? But let's go ahead and pull up the total defense. I want you guys to kind of have an idea of what these teams look like from like a team perspective, not just individual. You can see right here, the Jacksonville Jaguars giving up 20.9 points per game. The Broncos are a little bit better at 18.6. Both of them give up about 80, 90 rushing yards. Denver's at 91 about. Jacksonville's about at 86. They are also missing Bashul Tootin, rookie from, I want to say, Virginia Tech. He's a very good running back, but Travis Etienne, of course, is their starting running back, and he's having a fantastic bounce back year. Only giving up 197 yards through the air. The Broncos are, while the Jacksonville Jaguars are giving up a little bit more at 222 yards a game. So this could be a game in which Denver's able to take advantage maybe of their secondary. We'll have to see. When it comes to turnovers generated, this is something that the Broncos have struggled to do well in just like forced turnovers. They're still at -2 turnover differential they're here with like a lot of losing teams. Seattle is surprisingly, at -4. But you can see Jacksonville, they get takeaways. They absolutely get takeaways. They have 26 takeaways on the year to only 16 giveaways, and they have not been turning the ball over on their offensive side of the ball over the last month or so. They're playing their best ball of the year, no doubt. And one key to the game, again, this isn't rocket science stuff, but it's just taking care of the football. This is a defense that absolutely capitalizes on their opportunities to get the ball from the opponent. Can't allow that to happen. Now, offense. Let's get to the points per game basis, because I don't really care about yards. Jacksonville's at 26.9 points per game. Now, the Broncos, we're starting to creep up there at 24.4. This is a team, the Jaguars, man, they have been doing so well since they acquired Jacoby Myers, man, an underrated wide receiver. And you can see he's already fourth on their team in receiving. Travis Hunter's out for the year, which is a bummer there, but 27 receptions, 355 yards, 3 TDs. They also have a guy like Parker Washington, a guy that can really burn you. Brian Thomas Jr. still has tremendous speed and talent. I think he's starting to put it together a little bit. And then Brenton Strange is a guy in which we'll see how our linebackers and somebody like PJ Locke handles going up against Brenton Strange, an underrated tight end in the NFL. Lastly, you can see here Travis Etienne doing fantastic. He's going to be 1,000-yard rusher this year, 7 touchdowns. And the biggest thing with Travis Etienne has been the fumble issues, and he has no fumbles on the year at all. Now, I think that's something that you definitely still try to get done is getting him to drop the rock, right? But he's improved, and Liam Coen, it kind of looked like a little bit of a disaster to start the season, but the Jaguars just kept winning. They're tougher than I think what I realized even starting this week, looking at this team. And they pose a very real threat to the Broncos tomorrow afternoon. Now, this is still a team that I still expect the Broncos to take care of business from. Let's take a look at the injury report here really quick as well. Some good news on our front. Pat Bryant, John Franklin Myers, RJ Harvey had a rib injury. He's full go. Mike McGlinchey's full go. Marvin Mims. All these guys are full go. Now, Ben Powers, full participant on Friday. Corrine Reed, full participant on Friday. Luke Wattenberg, dealing with an ankle, but he's a good go. The only guy that we got out that's not on like IR right now is Justin Sternad. And that will suck losing him, but at least we should have, hopefully, we get Corrine Reed back. If not, Jordan Turner. Drew Sanders, I guess, is never coming back, man. He should have been back by now. But love to see that all these guys are healthy, ready to go. I would still look to give Ben Powers another week, I think, with how our offensive line is played. I think Palcho has done a fantastic job. So maybe you dress Ben Powers, but he's kind of like an emergency use case type of thing if guys go down with injury. But yes, I would like to see him inserted back into the starting lineup here soon. I don't know if you bring him back for Sunday and then again turn around and he's playing again on Thursday. Maybe you look to play him on Thursday instead against the Chiefs, and then we got the Chargers left. So, all that to say, guys, man, this team, they kind of match up well with the Broncos in terms of, like their output, how they're constructed, really how their quarterback position is with Trevor Lawrence, man. He's been a turnover machine in the past, but he is not that. Now, I still definitely prefer Bo Nix over somebody like Trevor Lawrence. This is Bo Nix's second year. Trevor Lawrence, I mean, this is taken him a while to get to this place, but this is what competent coaching can do. But Bo Nix, man, I would love to see him put up another, 200 plus yards this game. If he throws for over 300, I mean, he could definitely be in the spot of throwing for over 4,000 yards, which would be great. But the most important thing is just getting the W, man. We need to do that. If we win this week, it basically solidifies that the Broncos can hold that number one seed going into the playoffs. And that's, of course, kind of if we take care of business against Kansas City. But yeah, we got to handle business this week. Let's see RJ Harvey have some success. But yeah, this Jacksonville defense, it is tough. We are going to need Bo Nix to win this football game from the offensive side of the ball. That's how I feel about it, man. We need him completing over 65% of his passes. We need him making those throws that we saw last week downfield to Cortland Sutton. To a guy like Troy Franklin. Let's see him put the drops and the inconsistencies behind him. He's going into the last half or the last stretch of his sophomore year. No more rookie mistakes. That's how I feel about this game, man. I'm really pumped up about it. I cannot wait for it. And we'll get to a few of your comments here, guys. Please be sure to smash the like, subscribe. Let me know, your keys to the victory, your predictions on this game. But I can't wait for this game. And I also meant to say, guys, shout out to my friend Victor from Bears Game Podcast. I linked his channel in the description. I'm sure he'll be doing a watch along for the Bears Packers game today. Awesome. We're getting NFL ball on Saturdays. So shout out to him. Let's see here. Hey, what's going on, Fahim? Hope you're doing well. Jamming in the past says if the Broncos come out and give the Jags a humiliating kick in the crotch, they'll wilt in the mile high air. They're still softies down deep. That's how I see about it too. Like they haven't been punched the way that we've been punched throughout this entire season, man. We've played in a lot of close games, and again, I don't think that's a negative thing. I view that as a very, very, very positive thing, especially as we get deeper into December, January, and hopefully February. Hey, Mark, hope you're doing well, man. Powers will get some snaps. Maybe we rotate them a little bit as well. That could be interesting too. Hey, Bill, Bo Nix is the best Broncos quarterback ever so far. Statistically, wins wise, you actually can't debate it. You're absolutely right with this, Bill. Now, can he deliver the championships? It would be great to see him do that as early as this year, just like Ben Roethlisberger did his sophomore year in the NFL. Are you guys watching this like Miami Texas Tech game, man? It has been hilarious. Missing field goals, failed fake punts. It's been awesome. And here's big key. Latif Dowdle, but we have Sean Payton and Nix, and that's what gives us the advantage, man. Liam Coen, bright mind, okay. But maybe Sean Payton gives Liam Coen a little welcome to the NFL head coaching, type of moment here. Let's go. Let's see here. 2013, 20-13. Is that what you're saying? Or 2013? What am I missing from you? Dirty, rotten bastard. What a name. But thanks for tuning in like you always do. I appreciate it. T-Fishes, Strange and Myers have to be locked up. Denver needs to run the same game plan they did against the Cowboys to beat them defensively. Ooh, yes. And that probably means that we'll be seeing some Jahdae Barron on Brenton Strange. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The 2013 Manning. Yes, you're absolutely right about that. I think what Bill was getting at was that, like, starting your career with the Broncos, like your first couple years, there's been no better Broncos quarterback, right? He's beaten Elway's numbers. He's beaten Cutler's numbers. Who else we got that was like a rookie here? Man, I don't know. But I understand what you're saying. Manning's the GOAT. T-Fish is saying death and the altitude will be our biggest advantage. And our home crowd, baby. They will come out hot. They will have a committee on offense, quick pass play calling to move on us. But we have the coaching and players to win. I would love to see, honestly, I'd love to see us play a lot of press. Now that could leave us susceptible to, some of those pick route concepts, but we'll let Vance figure it out. We got to get pressure on Trevor Lawrence. If we can, again, disrupt his rhythm, he has shown throughout his career he can turn it over. Let's get Harvey in here for 100, man. Let's go. Yeah, Cohen got welcomed to the league by Sean McVay. That wasn't even close. Keep an eye on Brenton Strange and keep an eye on our backup running back. Yes. Allen. He's the one from Syracuse that we were all wanting here in the draft season, man. He isn't that fast, but he's a savage in pass block. Yes, my friend Marky Sports, Michael. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. It's great to have opposing fans in here. That's what always makes it fun. Now, I do got my Broncos winning, okay? Okay? This is a Broncos channel. But you guys do got Travis Hunter, so I will root for you guys when you're not playing the Broncos. But yes, the back that you guys got from Syracuse, really talented guy. Katron Allen, is that his name? Or that's the Penn State running back. Who are you putting on PS2? Probably. Oh, that's a good question. I'd probably put PS2 on Brian Thomas, man, and see how Riley Moss and company handle Jacoby Myers. We ain't mad. Trust me. We got the LaQuinton Allen. Thank you, LaQuinton Allen. We ain't mad. Trust me. We got the Jags winning. Hey, that's the beauty of it, man. It's going to be a great game. And, yeah, this is definitely a big test for the Jags coming out here, man. They've, again, I mean, people say, well, they've beat bad teams. Not only have they beat bad teams, they've done what you should do against bad teams. And that's, absolutely clobbered most of them. Let's see how they do in a dogfight. Let's muddy this game up a little bit and see which team survives I think that would be pretty fun. We'll have to see. Yeah, Quinn now, man. He's great. So all right, guys. It's been about 20 minutes. I'm gonna call this thing again. Congratulations to or not congratulate. Yes, congratulations. Bo Nix, FedEx Aaron Ground Player of the Week. How about that? Let's see him get a second one. And shout out to Kalshi, man. Shout out to Kalshi. Use the code DTB. Get yourself a $10 bonus. Links in the description. It really helps out the channel, even if you sign up, guys. And then just play later, man. It's no biggie, but get a $10 bonus when you deposit at least 10. And yeah, let's have some fun with this. So, guys, take care. I love every single one of y'all. Go Broncos.